Hello everyone, my name is HarkenedCrew and welcome to Saints Row the Third. We're really just playing in the background because I feel like the few of you that do watch me want to know who I am. Because I don't show my face. Feel like that's a big thing. I've tried making, okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I kind of tried making like a gameplay series out of this, and every time I do, something happens to the footage and whatnot. So I'm not actually going to just do a gameplay series. I'm just gonna play and with it in the background and talk to you guys because I feel like maybe you guys would enjoy hearing about who I am, and I don't know any other way to, like, I suck at just talking about myself, like, gradually throughout things. I info dump. That's me. I will just plop a whole bunch of info on you and just meh. But, I've led a pretty interesting life. Definitely. At the very least, interesting. And, I mean, I don't want to, like, tell everybody my whole life story, but, I mean, if that's what you know what? I'll tell you some things about myself. Play around on my game a little bit. Just enjoy. You know what I mean? I figured that would probably make life a whole lot easier. Excuse me. Oh, I don't even have any vehicles yet. Okay. I'm starting pretty early in the game. Because, I've done this a million times already. But anyway,
I am taking your bike.
ooh, a moped. Excuse me, Widowmaker. But I am 20, almost 21 years old. I live in a small town in the middle of nuts nowhere. I work in a fast food restaurant, making basic minimum wage. You know, the usual. And I don't know, there's not much else to say there. I'm ignoring that. But alright, that happened. Anyway, this game hella glitch. Did you just see that? You know I could kill you.
I'm just that awesome.
Dang. But anyway, so I was born in a small town not even 50 miles away from me. I'm not sure how far it is away. It's not very far. It feels like right down the street sometimes. I really want to move a little farther away. But I'm in Missouri. That's what I'm gonna tell you. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You're not getting much out of me other than Missouri. I was born in a small town not too far away from where I'm living currently. Though I'd like to get farther away personally. I don't have many good memories. I was always a weird kid. I mean, like, constantly. I talk to myself a lot, and I mean, I just kind of didn't quite understand right from wrong, and I had a mother who didn't really care, and a father who was never there. He was there up until I was 9 years old, 10. I think it was like right before my 10th birthday, or right after, I can't remember, that he left. And I just, it's a difficult subject, but Yeah. I feel like all of you deserve to know exactly who I am, and I'm not very good at, again, I've said, I'm not very good at slowly revealing things about myself. I'm an info dumper, and that's just the way I'm gonna be. It's kind of like the Draw My Life. This is my Draw My Life, except I have a game in the background here. That's it. And I'm not showing you, like, pictures or anything. But my life was not an easy one. I lived with a mother who didn't care, a father who left when I was 9 or 10. He and my mom always had a stressed relationship, to put it gently. To put it very gently. They always had a stressed relationship. They, never really got along. They were always fighting throughout my entire childhood. I don't remember a time where they weren't fighting. Unfortunately, that's something that... Another thing that I have to live with constantly is that they were always fighting. So, yeah. Anybody else with stressed relationships with their parents? You know, drop in the comments. Why not? It, you know, it's just one of those things. I suck at making videos. I could already tell you that my videos are garbage, but I'm sorry. I'm very insecure, as you could tell. That is my life. Extremely insecure.
How's the crew settling in?
Man, we gotta get a new place. That studio shit ain't working at all.
Spent too much time in posh hotels.
And I'm sorry if there's any interference or noises in the background.
Doesn't mean we should get soft.
I don't really have a space of my own at the moment. I'm just doing this in our bedroom, and
You convinced me. Meet me
there's a
there.
lot
I'll
going on
pick
right
you.
now. I don't have really much family. That's one thing. My mom's side of the family, I'm afraid to get a hold of because of, well, I think my mom filled their heads full of crap, and she kind of just, I'm just don't want to, oops, I'm driving the wrong way, but
Winning never gets old.
it, you know, she was a very manipulative person, my mom. She would tell my family lies all the time when I was a kid about how I was this awful demon child, and how I didn't care about anything other than myself, and she would tell me all these different, tell my family all these different things, and it came, sorry, I got louder because I'm tired of, like, whispering. I like getting tired of, like, having to be quiet. I'm gonna be loud. Like, I have a loud voice. I'm a very boisterous person. I'm a very,
She is very angry.
very out
You
there.
have to help me watch her.
Anyway, my mom would tell my entire family lies about me all the time. I still remember. And she would say how I was such a terrible person, but then whoop,
There was
I meant to
nothing like
drift,
Johnny.
but it didn't allow me to drift.
Aisha died. After that, he was different.
And, well, my mom just didn't care about anything but herself. She would project her own issues onto me, and I deal with people like that in my life all the time. Like right now, where I work, I'm dealing with people who like to project their issues onto me, and it's like, I have a traffic cone in my car. Come on, pop out. There we go. And I've been dealing with that for a little bit now. I seem to attract those kind of people. Not on purpose, but just because, I mean, I think it was because my mother was that type of person, and I have that energy just surrounding me. I'd like to drop it one day, but I gotta get out of these small towns for that to happen. I really want to. But as of right now, I work minimum wage, and that doesn't make life easy at all. I'm sorry if you're hearing any banging. They're doing something outside. I don't know what they're doing, but yeah. I guess this is a story time, isn't it? Anyway, it's easier for me to tell stories. I've got lots of them. You guys just want to see more background gameplay, not like Let's Plays, but just background gameplay and me just doing stuff while talking. I can 100% do that. This is, by the way, not pre-recorded. I'm literally like, look at this. I'm playing as I'm talking. I'm very good at multitasking, most times. I do have my times where I kind of drop off from being able to multitask and play at the same time. Or talk and play at the same... Multitask. My brain usually just kind of fudges a little. There's not much I could do about it. But... Anyway, my family life is not great. I haven't talked to a lot of my mom's side of the family for... How long have I lived in this town? Like, 3 years, because, we're going on 4 years together. Gosh, they're knocking stuff off the walls now, because they're not being gentle enough out there. And I don't have much. Sorry. I don't have much at all. Like, my life is full of... Pretty much. I live with my boyfriend that we've been dating since we were in high school. Since I was a senior in high school, he was... excuse me. Gosh. He was a junior. And, well, he's been my everything. He is who got me out of the bad situation with my mom. My mom never really cared about what happened to me, or at least she didn't make me feel like it. But then she'd get mad at me for not telling her, like, where I was going, what I was doing. I wasn't allowed to leave the house, or I was a whore, and things like that. So I come from a very strained family life, and if you ever hear me talk about it in videos, I've got so many stories. And you know, I'm just kind of coming out and talking about them, because why not? Besides, you guys can't ever, like, really relate to me or anything unless I tell you about who I am, unless I'm open and honest. And I know what you're saying. There's only so far that you should be open, but you know what? Screw it. What's gonna happen? She's gonna find my videos? And if she does, what is she gonna do about it? Sit there and say I'm a liar? That would be a pretty shady thing to do, wouldn't it? Anyway, my parents were not, and I know my dad has a possibility of finding my channel too, and I know he's not gonna like a lot of what I have to say. I've tried to rekindle a relationship with my dad recently, but I gave up because it feels like I'm not getting any effort out of him. I was putting in effort and I work a 9-to-5 job in a fast food chain. And, I try to get my dad to come down and see me. Mind you, he has a restarted little family, states away. Like, he left me and my mom. I mean, he left me. My mom, it was understandable. My mom is an abusive person. She is. She will make anything your fault if she can. legit. Like, my mom is one of those people. If she can manage to make you feel like it's your fault, she will. And it's an upsetting thing, but it is a real thing. And my mom did that with everything. I mean, like, everything. My mom made me feel like, a lot of times my mom would sit there and make me feel like that my dad leaving was my fault. That, that their relationship fell apart. And she would go, oh, well, it's not your fault. But here, let's make you feel like it's your fault and then get mad at you when you react to it. And that was a constant kind of thing that she did. She would be like, oh no, it's not your fault. And then proceed to make you feel like it was your fault. And so she would say things to make herself look better. And she did that my entire childhood. She would say things constantly and make herself look better to people, make herself not look like the bad guy, and then turn around and do things the exact opposite. And that's just the way it was. That is literally my entire childhood in a nutshell. She did it to my dad. I was there for a lot of that. But, on the other end, my dad is not a perfect little angel either. He's beyond not that. And he's a very self-absorbed individual. And I know he's probably going to end up seeing this one day and being really upset. But you know what? It's true. He's a self-absorbed individual. All I've seen him care about is money. That's all my dad cares about. Literally. That's it. He is, when I talk to him on the phone, I don't hear much about my sisters, don't hear much about my stepmom, I don't hear much about anybody else, all it's him. And that's something that I live with every day. And I'm sure you guys understand, there's only so much of that one person can take before they're like, you know what, I'm done. I have dealt with this for way too long, and it doesn't feel like... there's no trying. It's all... It just... At that point, being nice to him felt forced for me. He is fake. He would tell me how he used to cry himself to sleep at night because he didn't know if I was okay or not and whatnot. But did I ever see him come down here to make sure I was okay? Did I ever see him actually go out? He used to go out of his way when I was a kid to call. I feel like that was forced. But there for a while, my mom was filling my head full of crap, and I told him about it. And I'm like, my mom was telling me you were such a terrible person, that you didn't want anything to do with me. And I hate to say it, now that I'm an adult, he's really not showing me any different. I'm sorry to dump this all on you guys. I feel like this is too much, but at the same time, I want to be like unapologetically like me with you guys, because I feel like if I can do that, there will be a lot closer of a relationship with you guys. And that's what I want. When I always dreamed about, I've dreamed about having a YouTube channel for years. I've dreamed about making videos and whatnot, and I just never got down to doing it because I felt like maybe I felt like my content wouldn't be good enough. Like I felt I just, not only that, but I was going through a lot of stages when I was a kid. And, I didn't want, oh God, I just didn't want the world to see the weird little stages I went through as a child. And thankfully, I managed to avoid that. And so, here I am. God, I am sucking at talking. I'm sorry,
Cars got
guys.
some more style. Now it's our turn. Head to Planet Saints.
Planet Saints? I do not need to dress like a saint. I am a saint.
Nothing wrong with wanting to look good.
You say I am not always looking good?
We need
But-
some driving music.
Make sure it is something good, yes?
It is something that I've had to deal with for a very long time. Is I feel like my family is nothing but pathological liars. Unfortunately, that's kind of the reality I live in. And so that's just kind of, that's me. That is my life. That's not all of it. I have a lot of stories, but I feel like I shouldn't dump too much on you guys because I feel like that it'd be too much, and I don't want to chase people off because I want people to enjoy my content, whatever content being used loosely because I suck at literally everything I do. But hopefully, you know, knowing a little bit more about me will make me feel a little bit more open because I feel like I don't want to be closed off. I want to be very open. And I want people to know me and not just know my videos. Because I feel like that's a lot better than everything. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.